New tonight, a Mobile woman sentenced to death for the torture and killing of her two stepchildren will have about 3 more weeks to get her thoughts together about why she should not be on Alabama's death row.
5 years ago, Heather Keaton and her husband John DeBlaze were convicted of capital murder in the deaths of 4-year-old Natalie DeBlaze and her 3-year-old brother Chase. A higher court now says Keaton should have one more chance to speak in her own defense.
That was supposed to happen today. NBC 15's Darwin Singleton tells us why it did not.
Do you feel she still deserves to die?
Yes.
Holding a black folder marked DeBlaze at his side, Richard DeBlaze left today's hearing with as much emotion as he did the day Heather Keaton was sentenced to die for the death of his grandkids.
I made a promise to God and these kids that until the day I die, that she never gets out of jail again.
But today's resentencing hearing wasn't an effort to get Heather Keaton out of jail, but off death row. Both Keaton and her husband, John DeBlaze, were sentenced to death for the horrific torture and murder of their 2 young children, 3-year-old Chase DeBlaze and his 4-year-old sister, Natalie. A recent court decision sent Keaton's case back to Mobile for a resentencing hearing, saying an error had occurred when Keaton didn't get the chance to speak when she was sentenced to death. She was supposed to speak today, but that didn't happen. Judge Rick Stout, who originally heard the case, listened as Keaton's attorneys argued for a brand new sentencing hearing with life in prison still on the table, saying Keaton's good behavior for the past 5 years should also be a factor. COVID-19 even entered into the argument by the defense, saying Keaton is blind and already has trouble communicating with the court. And then, even more when you add one of these. They asked for more time to speak with their client before she addresses the court. Judge Stout reset the hearing for November 17th. The DA's reaction?
You think they're trying to retry the case?
Well, we're under a gag order, so we're not allowed to talk to the media. So
Okay.
You heard, it was pretty clear.
Defense attorneys, also under that gag order, would only say,
well, there'll be some other motions that are filed, so we may have another hearing prior to that hearing.
Moments later, Richard DeBlaze pulled photographs from that black folder, reminders of the pain he's felt for the past 10 years.
For my wife with her dementia, to losing relatives, to losing my nieces, what difference does it make? Why should we turn around and say, it's okay if you kill the kids?
In Mobile, Darwin Singleton, NBC 15 News.